On this Memorial Day weekend, as we lend our thoughts to all the men and women who serve and have sacrificed in the military, our armed services are struggling when it comes to recruitment. Some on the right, like Republican Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, who I had on the show this week, believe it's in large part because the military has gone woke.
We don't want to ruin our military, and we're on the direction of doing that. We are making a soft, weak military from the policies that this administration has got coming down the pipe.
I push back, wondering if commentary like his is more the cause than the actual policies. Back with Inez Stepman, conservative podcast host, Frank Morano, 77.8 WABC Radio host, and Jim McGreevey, former Democratic governor of New Jersey. Inez, what do you make of this?
I'm just becoming the anti-woke part of this
Yes.
panel, the anchor, right? No, I think the military has put itself in this position. You have, for example, in the House Armed Services Committee, you have top brass testifying to all the DEI policies of the military. They've put out recruiting ads, that are just bustling with sort of woke narrative messaging.
Isn't it possible that they're getting people because of that?
Well, apparently the numbers are saying that they aren't.
But we don't know the cause and effect.
I will say that it's not only about these woke policies. I think they are not helping. To my mind, I would be much more reluctant, for example, to send a family member into the military when there was a total lack of accountability for the botched withdrawal out of Afghanistan.
Come on, we're not talking about Afghanistan. You were talking about Afghanistan. We can go back to Republican presidential politics and how did we get Afghanistan? Why did we stay so long?
But I'm talking about very direct competency of the top brass, regardless of what the policies. And I don't think this started in this administration, but I am saying that the top brass of the military. Nobody was
Biden was the one person who wanted to get out of Afghanistan. I just,
well,
with all due respect,
President Trump, in fairness.
Yes, you're right.
I'm actually not talking about the decisions on the civilian level. I'm saying the actual execution of that. Do you not disagree with the execution of the withdrawal?
I was very critical of the execution, but I don't think that that's the reason we're having a recruiting problem.
Well, I think, the recruiting problems go back years. I don't think it's due to wokeness in the military. I don't even know that it's due to the hullabaloo and the hysteria.
But it doesn't help.
But I think, I see, if I can jump in, I think one, a decline in patriotism.
Which
is, I mean, the Wall Street Journal.
Reflected in the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, my God. I mean, that was... And second, Dan, is just, like I work in reentry, I have the privilege of working with people that are court involved, whether it's addiction, crime. It's the military now has put such restrictions on who can come into the military. I remember when I was a mayor of Woodbridge and we'd take guys coming out of the United States Marine Corps and we'd put them into the PD, and then my father, God rest his soul, would work with some of our guys in reentry. Dan, right now, the restrictions on people that have CDS charges, so many of young men who made admittedly stupid mistakes, maybe when they were 17, 18, 19, 20, are now precluded from going into the Corps or into the service. And so I think,
Was that a change?
Yeah, that was a change.
It is? Okay.
And so it's just... and there's reasons articulated, but I think, when we were talking about this earlier with Inez and Frank, the reality is that the people in our service, young men and women, they come from America. They don't come from, planet ideal. And so the reality is, I think there has to be greater flexibility in the armed services to provide that measure of flexibility to include people.
I agree with Jim here, but then we're kind of glossing over the fact that, so I think the restrictions that you're talking about, I think it'd be reasonable to relook at them. There's also the fact that, an increasing sector of, sort of the prime recruiting age men and women of America, they can't pass a fitness test and they can't pass a drug test.
Well,
that's...
The military is actually expanding how much you can expand before joining the military for that reason. But I think I've never heard from anybody that says, I would join the Navy or the Army if they only weren't so woke. Chances are, if you are considering the military as a career path, the level of wokeness
but it's about broad cultural support for the military. And this is what I talked to Senator Tuberville about. I said, it is so important that we all publicly support the military. And I don't just mean in saying, yeah, thank you for your service. I mean in saying,
veterans...
yeah, our military is great.
Yep.
It's super important. And blasting it all the time, talking about whatever the criticism. But in this particular case, it's too woke. All the time, it's too woke.
Well, the
is
idea
bad for the military.
the idea
it's bad for recruiting.
Of what Tuberville is doing in terms of holding up promotions is just silly. It's juvenile. It's sophomoric. I think he may have a kernel of a point, but I think the recruiting problems with the military are much more about being overextended and people not wanting to go to fight in a war in the Middle East that they don't believe in and they don't see how it relates to them. Whereas in World War II, that wasn't the case.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.